Hi, my name's May. I love yarn. I love to knit and crochet. Those are my hobbies. And I also happen to have been born visually impaired, legally blind, completely colorblind. So I knit and crochet by feel. And I know that there's a lot of people on the internet who teach knit and crochet. Well, I like to make sure that in my videos, I use my words to really explain things to anybody who might have difficulty seeing the screen. So, in today's video, we are going to learn how to create ribbing in crochet for cuffs or collars or waistbands using the front post and the back post technique. And I'm going to be honest with you, I struggled to learn how to back post crochet for a long time because I listened and I really couldn't figure out what was happening on the screen. So, basically, when you have a knitting or crochet project, I have this poncho here, and it's got sleeves. And when you want to make the front post, you're working on what we usually consider the right side of the project, or the front side, and basically the front. And then to make the back post, you're going to work on the back side of the project. And that's what I didn't figure out when I was listening to people's videos, that they're doing that on the back side. And to create this rib, this in and out, this texture, which I think is great. I love the texture on this. But to create that, you have to push the post of that stitch forward to create the front post, and then you have to push it back to create the back post, okay? So one thing that we need to understand is the anatomy, basically, of our crochet stitch. On our crochet stitch, we have the two loops on the top, right? We have the front loop and the back loop. And then we have usually what's called the third loop or the back bump. And the majority of the time when we crochet, almost all the time, we take our hook and we stick it in underneath just the top two loops, right? And then we pull up our yarn and then we work our stitch. Well, when we do a post, we understand that those horizontal bars are like sort of like the horizontal, railings on a fence, right? And then you've got the post, and that's your vertical post or the base of your stitch. So I am right-handed, and I do have my crochet hook in my right hand. And because I knit and crochet by feel, usually I start out with my hook in my right hand, my thumb and my index finger on my left hand. I feel the base of that stitch, and then I slide them over to the next stitch. Well, now I need to feel down to the post on that stitch. So now I'm starting at the beginning. So I have a chain 3 for my first stitch of this round, right? We're doing a chain 3, and now we're going to work a front post double crochet. So just like a working a double, we're going to yarn over. And here's the confusing part. Yes, we're working on the front side of our project, but in order to make that stitch pop out to the front, we have to go in behind the post, stick our hook in behind the post on the front side of our work to push that post forward to make it pop up. And then we yarn over our hook, and then we pull our hook back through. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. We yarn over, pull through 2, and we yarn over, pull through 2. So we work the rest of that just like a double crochet. Now this is the part I got confused on for so long. Is how do you do that back post? Well, the back post is worked on the back of the project. That confused me for the longest time. I had no idea that was happening. So you yarn over the hook. You start your hook in the back side of your project, and then to make that back post, to push that post to the back, right, to push it further to make it pop out to the back, you have to go in from the back to the front of it, basically push it, right, out back. So then you yarn over your hook. And as somebody who's visually impaired who does this by feel, I often find that I really need to actually grab hold of that back post, right, and feel it, to feel what I'm doing here. And just grab it with my thumb and my index finger and then pull. Oh my goodness, I think I messed that up. You know what? I'm going to leave that in. I could edit that out, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that in because you know what? A lot of people struggle with back post. So we're going to go in from the back to the front, push that stitch forward, yarn over, and then I'm going to grab that post on the back so I can feel where it's at, pull my hook. Oh, I missed it again. Okay. Pull my hook back through, 3 loops on the hook, and then work it just like a double crochet, except from the back of the project. And that's where I always get confused. So yarn over and pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through 2. And now we're going to continue with our next front post. Yarn over the hook, and I'm going to grab the post of that next stitch with my thumb and my index finger so I can feel it. I'm going to put my hook in behind that post, so I push the post forward, wrap the yarn over the hook, pull the hook back through, drop that loop. You want to make sure you're drawing them up nice and tight so that they're the height of your chain 3. You got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's a front post double crochet. We're going to go back to the back post, right? So you got to take your hook to the back side of your project. Yarn over from the back side. You go in, you bring your hook to the front so that you push that post to the back. And then you yarn over your hook. And I'm going to grab that post, right, so I don't lose what I'm working on. I can feel it. Oh my goodness, I just lost it. I'm still not great at back post. Okay, yarn over from the back to the front to the back. Yarn over. Grab that post so I can feel it, right? Pull the loop, drop back up. 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over. Pull through 2. And yarn over, pull through 2, and that's how you make your back post double crochet. It's tricky to do by feel, and it's tricky to understand what's happening on a lot of people's videos. We'll do it a few more times. We're going to work our front post double crochet, yarn over the hook. I've got the post between my thumb and my index finger so I can feel exactly where I'm going. I'm going to stick my hook to do the front post. You stick your hook behind it, so you're pushing that post forward to create the rib. You yarn over, you drop that loop nice and tall to the height of your chain 3. 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's your front post double crochet. Back post double crochet. Bring your hook to the back of your project. Yarn over, then poke that hook from the back to the front, pushing that post to the back, right? And then you yarn over, and I'm going to grab that post on the back so I can, oh, I just lost my yarn. Oh, did I lose my yarn over? I can't even tell. Gonna grab that post so I can feel it, and then yarn over, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, let's see, pull through, and then I don't know if I did, yep, and then yarn over, pull through 2, back post double crochet. And we'll do it again. Yarn over, hook to the front, going behind the post to push it forward, to push it to the front, to make the front post. Yarn over, drop the loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through, twist your hook, and pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And if you are visually impaired and you do struggle with twisting your hook, you can do it exactly how I do it there. Just grab that loop and pull it over the top. You can manipulate that with fingers. Okay, back post double crochet. We got to do that. I think my yarn split there, maybe, possibly. I'm just going to pull that. Nope. Is my yarn splitting? My yarn might be splitting. Oh, I do have issues with yarn splitting when I crochet. I do. If you're a returning viewer to my channel, you know that. Okay. And now we are going to do a yarn over from the back. We're going to go in front of that post to push it to the back, and then yarn over, drop the loop, 3 loops on our hook, and is my yarn still splitting? I think so. Okay. And 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Front post double crochet. Yarn over the hook, pinch that post that you want to work the front post in with your thumb and index finger, stick your hook behind the post to do the front post to push it forward. Yarn over, drop that loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Back post is worked on the back of the project. Yarn over, go in from the back, around the front, push that post forward with your hook, and then yarn over. Let me start that one over. Yarn over, go from the back to the front, around the post, push it to the back, yarn over, drop that loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, front post, yarn over, go in from on the front side of your project, you go behind the post, you push it forward to do the front post, you drop that loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. To do the back post, you work on the back side of your project. You yarn over, you bring the hook from the back to the front, pushing the post to the back. Your hook's on the back, you yarn over. I'm going to grab that post with my fingers so I can feel it. Okay, I think I just lost that stitch. From the back of my project, I want to yarn over, stick my hook in from the back to the front, push the post to the back, yarn over, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that creates your ribbing on your cuffs. You can use that for cuffs, you can use it for neckbands, on collars, you can use it on waistbands, anywhere pretty much that you would want to include ribbing on your crochet projects. Okay, well, I hope that that is a helpful description for anybody who needs, things described in different ways. I don't actually know if you can see this project because it is in black, and I do know that some sighted people have a really hard time seeing in black. But you know what? This video is meant to be, descriptive, right? To help people learn through listening. And of course, you know what? There's lots of people on the internet. So it's totally okay if I don't describe things the way that you learn. Guess what? Keep Googling, because for me to learn how to back post double crochet, I have lost track of the amount of people I had to listen to finally understand the concept. So people teach in different ways and people learn in different ways. So if someone's not explaining something to you on the internet in a way that you can understand, just keep Googling till you find somebody who teaches the way that works for you. Alrighty, well, thanks so much for listening, and until next time, happy stitching. Bye-bye.